Hi, welcome to Thespillandgrill.
I'm Sara.
And I'm Tashinga.
And this is where you spill the stories.
And we grill them to perfection.
All right, so let's get started. Okay, guys, so we have our very first submission. So thank you to the user who submitted her story. Here we go. Hi, Spill and Grill. So here's a story that just made my eyes roll when it happened. I swear, chivalry truly is dead.
Oh, God.
Okay, I met this guy online. Well, that's your first, that's your first problem. No, I'm kidding. Okay, he was really cute and he seemed nice, so we met up for drinks. It wasn't the best date of my life, but I had a good time and would be open to another date. Now, when the bill came, he didn't offer to pay and just automatically assumed that we were going to split it. All right, we live in Europe and he comes from a culture here that is notorious for being cheap. Okay. But I didn't give it too much thought since it was just a few drinks.
Okay.
As the week went on, he messaged me every day and told me he would like to see me again. I told him that I'd like to see him again also. He then sent me a link to a really nice restaurant close by to his place. He said it's really lovely there and he'd love to take me there as everything in this place was amazing from the ambiance to the food. I looked through the menu and it looked like a really great place, but it was also so expensive. I was in between jobs at the time and there was no way I could afford it. So I messaged him telling him this in hopes that he would be a gentleman and offer to treat me just this once.
Okay.
I get a reply that says, "No problem." I think, okay, great. And then I see him typing again. The message comes through. "We can go for a walk instead."
Okay.
Wow, my jaw dropped. I couldn't believe that this was the alternative. It took a few hours for me to get back to him due to the shock, and I told him it's probably best we don't see each other again. I'm an independent woman, and I don't need a man to pay everything for me, but to be treated out just once would have been nice. Yeah, I get that. I mean, he could have treated you, and he invited you to this restaurant. He said it was his idea. He wanted to take you there. He even said it was close by to his house, hoping...
That's even worse.
Right?
That's even worse.
He's hoping to get her back to the house afterwards,
I didn't even
right?
know that.
I don't know. As soon as she said that, I'm like, Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just 5 minutes away from here, let's continue the date, right?
Yeah,
like, that's what was happening in my mind when I read that.
But I think you've set the tone. You're saying, oh, hey, I found a restaurant.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
So it was a really nice place, but it looked but she saw the menu and it was really expensive.
Okay, and then she says no, and then he's like, okay, we'll go for a walk. It's like quite drastic.
Yeah, it's from an expensive date to a free date.
Yeah, exactly.
There's like just nothing in between.
Nothing in between. Like, that doesn't sit right with me.
No,
especially just
off.
the instant switch.
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to go to an expensive restaurant. We'll go for a walk.
I mean, get a clue. What do you think she was trying to say when I can't afford it? I'm in between jobs right now. I can't afford that place.
That's true.
And he just was like, okay,
so then
we'll
he's looking
free.
He's looking for someone to do 50-50 from start to finish.
Yeah. But one time, he can't treat her. Like, just one time.
Especially if you are the one you're inviting her or them, whoever it is, and you found the restaurant.
Right?
Just do it once. Like, what's the big deal? I don't get that. No, I'm not a fan of that. I don't care for the walk. It just switched. It went 180 very fast.
It was a huge 180, yeah.
And not a good 180.
No, I agree with her. Like, I'm also independent. I don't think I need to be paid for by a man.
Me too.
But, on a first date, it would be nice.
Yeah.
Right? Or the second date, in this case.
Date, but...
Like, I have a thing, I'm in a relationship now, but before, when I was dating, it wasn't exactly a lie, but if I would go on a first date and the bill would come, I would say, oh, we can split it. But I never meant it. That was a test. And I wanted to see if the guy would say, no, it's okay. I've got this,
Okay, and what was the ratio? Was it 50-50?
For the most part, they passed.
Was that in Canada? Or
it was in Canada.
Okay, so
we're in Barcelona, Spain, by the way.
Yeah.
In Spain, it never worked. They all failed in Spain every time. They're like, yeah, of course, yeah.
Oh wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if it's culture here, you can't exactly call them rude because it's their culture.
It's true, but it's also we're chivalry.
Yeah.
It's just manners, politeness.
Yeah, just first date. I'm not saying every single time, but just the first date, it'd be really nice.
There's a guy that I once knew, and he was saying that when he takes girls out on dates, the first date has to be a walk. And I was like, why? And he was like, because I want to see if I like the girl or not before I'm investing in a drink.
Oh my God. What about coffee? Coffee's cheap.
Yeah, but even then, he was like, no, we'll go for a walk. And then, because that way also, if I don't like the girl, I can just be like, oh, okay, I need to leave. Rather than if you sat down, rather than if you sat down and you've had a drink or a coffee, whatever it is, then you're already invested. And I was like, I don't know. I think for you to have this kind of strategy and plan, you've had very bad experiences, because I don't go into a date like that. I go into a date like I'm going to meet someone new. It's going to be exciting. It's going to be fun, whether we're going for a walk or we're going for a coffee or we're going for dinner. I don't go in there thinking, right, listen, if this is shit, I'm out.
Right.
Like, come on. Like,
you're already setting, like, failed expectations.
Exactly. Dates ideally should be fun.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get some that are really bad. But ideally, I mean, there's two people here, right? So you're just as nervous as the other person. So what's this bullshit of, oh, if I don't like you, I just run?
Right. And I mean, that can work for drinks or for coffee, too. You chug your drink and leave.
You might end up peeing in the corner like that girl last week.
Well, then that gives the other person a chance to run.
That's true, yeah.
The person's peeing, you run.
That's true.
Go.
You want to be the person running, not peeing in the corner.
Yeah, I think we all want to be the person running in that situation.
But I'm sure we've all been the person peeing in the corner in one situation or another.
Metaphorically speaking, yeah, absolutely. But this guy was just being cheap. Culture or not, come on.
That's true, actually. That's true. I mean, where are the good old days of just going for a date and just taking a woman or a man out and paying? That's it.
One time. She clearly can't afford it.
And she said that, right?
Yeah.
She did say that. Yeah, so he's not even listening, right?
No.
Yeah, that's not good.
He just saw, I have to foot the bill, forget it.
Yeah, but then come on, like, don't you want to go to a nice restaurant? Have that experience.
And he was the one who sent her the link and said, I really want to take you there. Everything is amazing.
That's the bit I don't like. Like, you've built up the expectations. You've set the scene.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh no, okay, then we go for a walk. It's so drastic.
Yeah. I really want to take you there, but only if you pay for your plate. Or you know what you can do? If you really want to be cheap and you want a refund, this is the way you do it. You say, no problem. I've got you this time. Next time you got me.
Oh, okay.
There you go. You've asked for a refund.
Okay.
But you've done it in a classy way. It doesn't sound like you've asked for a refund. Done.
The next one's on you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go back to it being near his house. If he wanted to take her back home, isn't the likelihood higher that she'll come home with you if you've taken care of the bill?
It's true. I personally wouldn't, but it is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the likelihood of...
Go home for some dessert, you know?
Right, yeah.
For a nightcap.
Yeah. I've got a great bottle of cava at my place. 5 minutes away from here.
I bet you do.
You know? God, no, this guy's just being cheap. Shame on you. Yeah. I bet she was a lovely girl and you missed out. So
exactly. But I would love to know your thoughts, actually, of like what you think about this, because I think that'd be like quite interesting if you would split the bill, if you're expecting the guy to pay, if you don't care for a walk. Like, I'm curious of what the nation, what the audience are thinking.
Choose your actions appropriately. Choose your words appropriately.
It's so true.
Yeah, because he completely screwed that up. Because she really
he did
didn't
actually,
like that.
and he really showed his character. I actually think that's what's really sad. You know, there's people in this world out there like that. Shame on you. Yeah.
And she said they're in Europe. I have a few.
I have one.
There's a few cultures in mind. Yeah, there's one specifically that they're known for being quite cheap. So
it reminds me of that show, Cheapskates.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a reality show about the cheapest people. Usually it's always in the US. I don't know why.
Yeah.
There was one family that would do the washing in the swimming pool.
Oh, my God.
Like washing their clothes.
I saw one episode like that where the whole family would share the dental floss.
That's disgusting.
I know. Like, they'd wash it, but still, I mean, like...
That's vile, that's vile.
A little tube of dental floss, like, I mean, even with inflation, what is that, €2?
Exactly, if that.
Right? We're sharing the string.
That's disgusting.
Yeah. And I don't think, like, after they shared it, I don't think they threw it out. Like, they kept using it, from what I remember. I mean, I saw this, like, 5 years ago, but yeah.
Well,
yeah.
We don't want a cheapskate on a date, please.
Guys, don't be cheap. And if you invite the girl out, or if you invite the guy out, whoever invites the person out,
you're paying.
Treat them.
You're paying.
Yeah, treat them.
Issue doing it. Like,
yeah, it doesn't have to always be the guy. It could be the girl too.
Exactly.
Especially if you know they flat out told you they're having money issues. They're in between jobs. Come on.
That's true, actually.
Be nice.
That's very true. And that's quite a vulnerable thing to, say to someone that you don't know. Essentially, you've only been on one date. And to say, oh, hey, I'm short on cash, or I don't have a lot of money. Like, it's quite vulnerable.
Yeah.
And then the guy's like, okay, we'll go for a walk since you don't have money.
Right.
That's what it seems like. It's not funny, but it's funny.
Oh, man. All right. Okay. Cheapskate. All right.
We never cheapskate.
Well, thank you for the submission.
Thank you. Okay. So the next one is from... Can we say where it's from?
We can say the group, right? We can't say his name.
No, we can't say his name, but we can say it's from this group.
Sure.
So the group is on Facebook, and it's called A Group Where You Anonymously Ask for Brutally Honest Advice. So you guys are able to do your research and probably go and find this, okay? So I've been dating a single mum of one for 3 years, but I only stayed because the sex was good and she tried her best to please me during it. I have seen her being exhausted, but still making time, showing up for me whenever I was tired. She would give me a massage to relax me. I enjoyed all of that, whatever she did for me. But recently I noticed she started introducing me to her kid. But honestly, I don't want to waste my time on that child. It's not my blood, not my seed.
Oh my God.
I appreciate what she did for me. We had a balanced 50-50 relationship up to now, but now I feel like she expected me to somehow spend some bucks on that kid of hers. Once she asked me to pick him up from school because she was not able to. So, in short, now I want out. How can I break up with her without being hurtful considering her situation? Advice needed.
I need a moment.
We're going to read some of the comments as well, because the comments on this, for me, were wild. One woman said, breakup texts are good. You don't have to see all the crying and sniveling.
A woman said that.
Yeah, a woman said
Lovely.
Another woman said, do it sooner than later. Just do it. There's no nice way out of this. The longer you wait, the more hurt she's going to be.
That's enough advice. Yeah, that's good advice. I wouldn't say that's bad advice.
No, exactly. Another one from a lady said, you're a user. You knew that lady had a child from the jump, and it doesn't take 3 years for you to know that you don't want to deal with the child. You've already wasted 3 years of her time. Don't waste any more of it and leave. Amen.
Wow. Yeah.
Someone else said, another woman, tell her the truth. She deserves to know the kind of person you are so that she doesn't waste time grieving on you. This is so sad. This is so bad. There's another one. If you're just wanting to use a woman for what she provides for you, I suggest try your mother. Don't date people with children if you're not interested in raising children.
Thank you.
Stay because the sex is good. It's just the most shallow thing I have ever heard. It's very true. One guy said, just be honest with her. She deserves a man who will treat her right. You don't want any of that. She'll be thankful to know you feel, even if it's upsetting at first. I'm sure she wouldn't want you around her son. The sooner she knows how you feel, the better they both will be. Then you can move on to the next.
My blood is boiling.
This guy's a moron. Absolute moron.
God. This guy doesn't need to be grilled. He needs to be... What an asshole.
He's an asshole. It's literally like the way he's like saying about like, oh, I was just using her for sex.
Yeah, and he said the sex was good. She would do whatever she wanted to please
me during it.
Even when she was tired, she'd show up for me.
And he knows that. He knows that she's exhausted, and he's still like, yeah, okay, like rub my feet. Disgusting. Absolutely
And then
disgusting.
she asked, what, one time for him to pick up the kid?
Yeah, one
So
time.
what about if it was your friend, a male friend,
I don't think
and
he
your
would do
male
it.
friend needed you to pick up his kid?
Well, he would say, it's not my blood, it's not my seed.
To a male friend?
I think so. This is a motherfucker, like, in the making. Okay?
This, you know what? This sounds past narcissistic. This sounds sociopathic. I'm not a psychologist, okay? I'm not an expert at all, but what an asshole.
This sounds like a very troubled human being.
Oh my God.
Again, I'm no expert, but this is just wrong. You don't treat people like this, period.
No.
Like,
This is
I
not
wouldn't
okay.
treat my worst enemy like this. I wouldn't. This is disgusting. And honestly, don't treat people like this, male or female, don't. It's horrible. Another comment is, to be honest, you're just wicked. You enjoy her at will.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. She was literally your fuck buddy for 3 years.
3 years is such...
It's such a long... This poor girl is going to be devastated. I feel for her.
I can't do it.
Wow.
Just the way he's even talking about her.
And he said, not my blood, not my seed.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
Don't ever spread your seed. Please. Thank God he is not your seed. We don't want any more little guys like this guy. Like, who raised you? Who raised you? Like, who raises somebody like that?
The fact that there's people out there like this is really sad, but not everyone is like this. This is a very worst case scenario. Oh, I can't. He's going to break her heart, really.
Yeah.
The thing is, when you treat people like that, you have to understand the repercussions of the other person and their self-confidence and self-image and everything, right? But people don't think like that. I know.
Oh my God, I don't think he cares. Does that sound like somebody who has emotional intelligence?
No,
Like,
absolutely not. No, it's just
my
got
God.
emotional, useless bullshit.
I can't believe it. I feel so bad for this girl. She's going to be devastated, but I do hope, she'll finally be rid of him because he's obviously using her. He's been using her for 3 years, and she can move on and find somebody else, but
that's true.
It's going to take her a while. And she's done everything she can to, please him, literally. Gave him massages when she was tired. She'd still show up for him. She did what he wanted. It sounds like she did whatever he wanted in bed to make him happy.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Right?
It does. Absolutely. Oh, that's horrible. No, honestly, no comment. It's disgusting that people are treated that way.
Absolutely gross. Don't treat people like that.
We don't condone that kind of behavior.
I hope that guy is ashamed of himself. He really should be.
Yeah, he should be.
And I'm glad that the comments are kind of brutal on him.
Yeah, and they're supportive of the woman, so that's good.
Yeah, except for the girl who said to text.
To break up with her by text.
No, don't break up by text. Don't be a coward.
Don't be a coward. No.
And the fact that a girl suggested it is disappointing. We need to stick up for each other, ladies. Society has pinned us against each other, and it shouldn't be the case.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah, well, we're changing that. It's 2024.
Yeah.
We're getting there. The feminist movement is moving, right?
Yeah. Big time.
All right. Well, that was our very sizzling story.
Very.
Grill.
Someone got charred.
Yeah, we had to char him. The grill was a little too high today.
I think so.
But yeah.
But fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Fun stories, actually.
And all the best to her, and literally all the worst to him. That's how mad. That's how mad I am. I'm I think I'm shaking a little bit. Oh my God, I hate
it really
people.
got under Sarah's skin.
Yeah, I hate people like that.
Yeah,
just with no regard for the other person.
Disrespect as well.
Wow. But that's what we're here for. It's to share the stories. And if you have a comment about anything, about us, about the stories we've shared, we'd love to hear it. And of course, if you have a story yourself, please share it with us, and we will leave the email.
And remember, guys, we are not experts. Take everything that we are saying with a pinch of salt.
Yep.
We are speaking from our own experiences and giving light-hearted advice. This is a safe space for everyone. So, just enjoy. Yeah,
it's a community where we can share, we can laugh, we can cry. Scream, be angry. Yeah. But yes, it is a safe space. Unless you're that guy.
Exactly. Then, honey, it's not a safe space.
Yeah, you're getting charred again and again.
Exactly.
But other than that, yes, this is a community, and we'd love to hear from you.
Yes. Stay tuned for the next episode. I think we're still trying to figure out what day we're going to be uploading.
Yes.
But then once we do, we'll be able to tell you what day. And then, please subscribe.
Yes, please
subscribe.
like, share, and subscribe. And please leave us your comments. If you have any feedback or suggestions, we'd love to hear it. We're at the very beginning. We're only at episode 2, so we're growing. We're working out our kinks right now. If you guys want to help us grow, please go ahead. You're totally welcome to.
Exactly. So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
So much, guys.
Stay tuned for next week.
Bye. Have a great day.
Bye. Bye. Bye.